right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Nana, episode 43.
All right.
Okay.
We got to get her some help. She's having a panic attack. She's hyperventilating. But this is a physical reaction to an internal problem.
Right.
Now, hopefully, it's just that. There could be some actual physical stuff going on as well.
Sure.
But yeah, she's been under a lot of stress. There's a lot of things that have been just going wrong in general in her life right now.
Yeah, very understandable for something like this to happen. And quite frankly, there's a part of me that's surprised that it took this long.
Yeah. But she's really good at, pulling on things that, keep her head above water.
Right. But everybody has limits, even you, Nana. And so now that you've reached this limit, what are you going to do?
Yep. But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
もし今私が死んでも、レンはもう一緒には死んでくれないだろうと思った。でも、それでいいんだ。そうでなければいけないんだ。それを悲しいと思う私がきっとおかしいんだ。
It's a fun question to ask about whether Ren would die with her, because Ren's the one crawling, huddled in the fetal position in the bathtub, like needs her. Needs her.
Like, if she does end up calling him, and it's just even if it's just I just wanted to hear your voice, I'm pretty sure both of them will break down crying.
Yeah.
ビニール袋か紙袋持ってませんか？
持ってないの？
No, I'm asking for one.
Right.
ニールは下手に使うと余計苦しくなるから。
そうなの？っていうか、どう使えばいいのそれ？いや、こんなこと初めてで、なんか詳しいみたいだけど、素人が応急処置して大丈夫かな？
This isn't first aid.
でやってるし、仰向けに寝て紙袋で鼻と口を塞いで少し隙間開けてね。こうやってゆっくり呼吸するようにすれば早めに収まるよ。
All right, nice tender moment, but let's get this to Nana.
当てなくても大丈夫だよ。あんな安定剤みたいな人がついてるじゃない。
安定剤？
羨ましくて意地悪言っちゃった。ごめんね。
Wow, that's a descriptive word there.
Right.
ヤスの胸はブラックストーンの甘い匂いがする。
俺はどこにも行かねえよ。
ジスケ、あれ過呼吸だろ。ミュウと同じ症状だ。
Wait.
それは厄介だわ。
What's going on?
山岸は救急車を呼ばず事務所に電話したらしく、
Yeah, that's a problem.
私は飛んできた銀平の車で顔なじみという医者のところ。やっぱりピル飲んでんのにタバコ吸ってんのがまずかったか。
Nope.
でも若いうちならちょっとぐらいはいいって聞いて。
ちょっとか？
それはよろしくないな。血栓症になる恐れがあるぞ。
分かっちゃいるけどどっちもやめられなくてどうしよう。
それは君がちゃんと否認してあげれば解決だろう。
やだ先生、誤解しないで。ヤスは私のものなのよ。
それは失礼。とにかく検査ではどこも悪いところはなかったから安心しなさい。
Yeah.
はあ？こっちは死ぬほど苦しかったんだ。
So,
ちゃんと検査した
what
のかよ。やめちゃ
hyperventilating is...
ナナ。
大崎さん、落ち着いて。
Yeah, clearly you're under a lot of stress.
場合もあるけど、緊張状態や興奮状態でも起こりやすいんだよ。
でもこの子はいつもこんな状態ですよ先生。
Yep.
Not wrong.
どうすれば治るの？
Oh my god, Nana.
発作が起きるとは限らないから、気に病まないことが一番だ。
気にしますよ。私これでもボーカリストなんです先生。ライブ中は運動量激しいし、すげえ興奮するし、万が一ステージで発作なんか起きたら困ります。なんとかして。
Yeah.
That
You
would
have to
suck.
solve your stress situation then.
私には専門外だから、不安なら一度精神科で見てもらうといいよ。よかったら紹介状を書こう。
ありがとうございます先生。いつもいろいろとすみません。
Yeah, Nana needs therapy is what
Yeah.
she needs. But that's not gonna cure you. That's just gonna...
なんだ来てたの？
なんだ元気じゃん。
ナナ、大丈夫か？先生なんて？
やっぱり頭がおかしいって。
さすが偏見の詰まった石頭ね。割れやしないわ。
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Fair.
Well done.
ストレス抱えてんのよ。息苦しい世の中だもん。
We
あん
live
た
in
は
a
一人でデ
society.
リケートなだけよ。別におかしなことじゃないわ。
Yep. Some people are more fragile than others. That's real. Yep.
私はこんな軟弱な自分が嫌いなの。
If you don't face that weak side of yourself, then it will never change.
こいつら懲りずに一緒にいてくれるんだろう。根性あるな。
Whoa! What? Oh, okay, okay.
イギリス行きが予定外だったんだから文句言うな。
すみません。
別にレンは悪くないよ。わざわざイギリスまで行くことなかったと。あ、何するのよ。触らないでよ、汚らわしい。
汚らわしい。ガスが切れたんだよ。ライターだろそれ。
Oh, sure, yeah.
でけえ、すげえ。
お前ツアーの打ち上げでシンが使ってんの見たとき
Yeah.
Oh my god.
タバコ吸わねえのにライターなんか持ち歩いてんだ。
ファンにもらったお気に入りなの。
いいな、そんなもんもらえて。俺ぬいぐるみばっかりよ。
ライターよこせ。
All of it almost fell apart. Whoa.
Oh. Love Hotel. Figure out what's the room opposite yours and then...
Oh my gosh. So real.
Oh, he's speaking so poetic. No, it really is basically a jail.
それでは本日のスケジュールを発表します。
Alright, head us up.
洗剤の写真撮影。
洗剤。
場所は原宿のスタジオ。午後からは音楽雑誌の取材が3社。挨拶がてら全部こっちから出向くわよ。
Okay.
先の相手には絶対礼儀正しくして好印象を与えてちょうだいね。あんたたちがヒールなのはあくまで芸風なんだから。あとインタビューでは私生活のことを聞かれても
Just don't answer.
あなたは病み上がりだぞ。
全然余裕。
じゃあ出発するわよ。朝食は車の中でね。
It's fine, I'm dead inside.
忙しければ忙しいほど私は調子が良かった。
Cause you don't have to look at what's going on inside.
Yep.
お前を覚えきれないぐらい大勢の人が関わってたけど。
私生活 NG 趣味ぐらい教えてよ。マージャン。
そうと苦手だった人間関係も全然。
Just giving boring one-word answers.
ご音が出ません。
腹のせいにしない。もう一回。
ようキツネ親父元気か。今度は何を悪ガキに来た。
あな。
いいよ、そのまま。
Oh shit.
Okay. Shin definitely came out looking the best.
Yes. Nobu looked the worst, I would say.
なら8にあっても笑って話せる気がした。匠と子供の話にも耳を傾けてあげられる気がした。
Wow.
Damn.
そんな時間はみじんもなかった。
眠い。でも今日こそ洗濯しなきゃ。着るもんなくなるし。
Adulting.
早くアパートの荷物こっちに移して引き払わなきゃ。金がもったいねえな。
All right, so which neighbor is he gonna run into?
てかあの荷物全部はここに入んねえし、ひとまず実家に送るべきか。でもまだ怒ってるかな親父。
I love the
デビューが決まったら
thinking about
お
like
喜びしてくれるよ。
planning things and whatnot while basically asleep on your feet, eyes closed. It's the only way you can keep yourself from actually falling asleep.
あ、こんばんは。
Oh, yeah. That's like the third time she's done that.
うちのスタッフから言われたんだけど、もしナナがまた発作を起こしても周りが動揺したら本人が余計不安になるからどうってことない風に平然としてろって。
Oh.
まあそれは一理あると。
That's hard, yeah.
てか俺平然となんかできるかな。自信ないんだけど。え？
平然とされても動揺されてもそこに思いやりを感じられたら寂しくはない。他の人は知らないけど私はそうかな。
It's something.
そして当たり前のことを聞いてしまった気がする。
What is she reading?
お前の台本？女優さんなの？
一応。
ごめんね、知らなくって。
全然売れてないから私これもビデオの跳躍だし。
Straight to VHS.
いや
誕 元気な女。
麻雀映画好きだよ麻雀すっげえ弱いけど。
Oh,
okay.
もう一個聞いていいですか？
何？
君の名は？
君の名は？
よし行け。好き放題暴れてこい。
All right.
あ、ユージ？これからそっち行く。
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on. That's it's a
Oh!
They look good.
Yeah.
ドイツが桜だかわかんね
Yeah, yeah,
え。予想以上に有名らしいな。さすがレンは国民の人気者だね。
yeah. Right, right.
自己紹介の手間が省けた。
Let's just go straight into it.
Yep.
It's time to get into it.
信じ
10-10-01.
偶然にもこの場所に居合わせた運命にてめえら全員感謝しろよ。
Oh shit.
All right, she's bringing the energy. Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Ah!
God damn it.
You can't do this show.
あんたのお腹の子にも私の歌は聞こえ。
Oh. All right, Halloween will be the big day.
おはようございます。
Yeah.
10月26日。
10 days away.
Oh boy, oh boy.
私やっぱりレイラと同じドレスが着たい。
あ
今まで着てるウェディングドレスだよ。
What?
超綺麗なんだもん。超着たい。同じの作れないかな。
ドレスならもう中
Yeah, you already got one.
お色直し3回する。
しすぎだって。だいたいあれはドレスじゃなくてレイラが綺麗なの。
Damn.
似合わねえよ。
Damn.
あ、ミュウおはよう。お、カルシウム分けて分けて。
ねえノブ。
Did he call milk calcium? Like,
Yeah.
じゃなくてミウ。
だって発音しにくいんだもん。いいじゃん、可愛いあだ名だし。
don't get too attached to me.
誰もちゃんと呼んでくれないんだよね。
Oh.
気に入ってるのにな、名前。今日はオフなの？
夜に歌番出るから、昼からリハ。
大変だ。
Get over it. Yep.
入って早1ヶ月。ノブは隣の女と何やらいい感じ。部屋変わった意味ね。ユリちゃんと遊んでてくれた方がマシだった。
And then Yuri's in the elevator.
でみんなそう中途半端のまんま次から次へと流されるんだ。こないだまで8888言ってたくせに。8もそうだけど、みんなバカみたい。
Or maybe
Or-
the Bakamitai is you.
つかやばい。なんかまた息が。
No?
おはよう。どっか行くの？散髪とか。
Alright, that's good.
顔色悪いな。大丈夫か？
全然余裕。これ以上ヤスにも報われない思いをさせ続けては。
Glad she's acknowledging that.
Wow, yeah.
もう何うかつにも隣に住んでんだ私。鬼すぎる。
Nah, you weren't thinking that far ahead.
驚る気がなかったのは、ヤスのただならぬ愛を感じてたからでもあるんだ。
Unparalleled.
結局ずるずる流されて、私もバカの一人かよ。念のためすっとくか。大事な仕事の日だし。
Oh.
でも今までなんとか生き延びてこれたけど、
And that's what you wanted, right?
ヤスがいないときっともう本当にダメだよ。
Now you just think you would be.
けじめつけなきゃ。レンに会っても今度こそ絶対に流されない。
Ah.
逆流にも踏ん張り続けることが人生なんだと私は思ってたけど、流されて生きるのはそんなにバカなことじゃないよ。前へ進めるなら。
Ooh. Okay. She's resolving something, though.
This is a beautiful song.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we get this as the ED moving forward? I would love it.
I think this is the song from Trap Nest. You know?
Right, I think so.
The single.
I feel like I want to like bang on the window to Yasu's room and be like, "Don't do it, son." Like,
I think for me, I understand that. For me, I'm just hearing Nana's thoughts here and just being like,
she acknowledged that she had been leading him on.
Yep.
Okay, that's progress.
I feel like I had been like screaming that out like for a while now, and it's like, no, not really. It's like, yes, really. It's extremely manipulative, and it's like, now it's confirmed.
Yep. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like that while she's thinking about these things, or for part of while she's thinking about these things, she's breathing into the bag, basically showcasing an acknowledgement of her own limitations and that she needs something, right? And so, oh, hey, she found something that is not a person that she herself can use to basically, help herself in one of these tough situations, right?
Yeah, you need tools in life. You
exactly.
You need specifically things that you can grab from your belt and be like, hey, this works whenever I'm in this situation.
And people are not tools.
No, they're not.
So, that's important to make sure you know.
I'm sorry that like this is something where like I'm a pretty like introvert, small number of people around me kind of thing.
Yep.
I don't feel like I have to deal with this kind of shit as much, so maybe I don't have as much empathy for it either. But if you're using people and you're like, oh no, my person is fine, it's harder to use them, I have very little sympathy or empathy for you.
Yep.
Like that's you made this bed. That's kind of fucked up. Or maybe it's also just the thing that I particularly really, really don't like the way in which people use other people with the specific thing of relationship baiting being part of their own like modus operandi.
Relationship baiting and
intimacy baiting.
Sure, yeah.
It's more accurate to say.
Yes, intimacy baiting I think is a good way of putting it, because that and that intimacy that can be
then it's not
a
real.
variety of different things. That could be sexual intimacy, that could just be emotional intimacy, right? Where it's the
I
want you to
obviously
listen to
it's
my
an umbrella.
problems, but I'm not actually going to whatever.
But that means that it's not even real. Because you're just using them for getting something from yourself. Well, so you might have an actual opportunity for connection, but that's a different line.
And on top of all of that,
it's there, but
I would say there's a broader category where the using someone in that way is has a theoretical, like, more positive version than this, and this is not what Nana's in. The problem with using people is not the using itself, but it's when it's not mutual. If you are mutually using each other, then that at least is something.
Okay, I'll go into the gray with you on this.
Where it's
the idea that if someone has potatoes and the other person has the butter, you basically are like, all right, our relationship is built on a mutual exchange of goods.
So we can have some good mashed potatoes, right?
So we can have great mashed potatoes together. Yep. I only care about you in as much as we're getting mashed potatoes. It's like, I feel the same way. That is very much a real thing. And that's...
Well, and we have an example of it in the show right now, and I hate that I am saying this, but right now, the healthy example of that relationship is Takumi and Hachi. Because they at least have an understanding. They have communication, right? And then from communication, you can figure out how to make it balanced. The problem here, Nana, is not that you're using these people. Is that you're not honest with yourself or them, and as a result of that, it's not balanced. And so it is doomed to fall apart and fail. But if it was something where there was communication and balance, then great. Then the fact that you're like,
Yasu might have actually been the closest one to that.
Yeah.
In that he just admitted, I'm in love with you.
Right.
Meaning that he knows there's not necessarily any shot anytime soon.
Right. It's I will be able to be close to the person that I care this much about, even though nothing's going to happen there.
Yeah, but just because we don't get his perspective, that brings up the whole thing.
There's so many ways in which it could not be the good version of it, right?
From his perspective,
and even the best version is not ideal, right?
No.
But so Nana, hopefully, as a result of this basically forced introspection, you will actually then you know, start addressing those things and like start making the changes. But the thing is, she's not going to.
Well, no, because for right now she is. She is. She spent like the majority of the episode like lining it up, being like, okay, pros cons list.
Yeah.
Yasu, Ren. Okay, cool. The issue is that you need right now to get yourself back to baseline so that you can go and do your band thing. Like that bit with bit with Hachi being across the street there. Like, imagine if you had your attack here. You had like some kind of a fit or something. Like,
oh sure. Well, and so that's a good point. I hadn't thought about it as like that angle for it. I would say the other issue is that Nana's whole approach to this is still from a not selfish as in like being self-focused is a bad thing, but she's getting an improper perspective because she's focused on herself. That's the lens that everything is coming through. So when she's thinking about like the Ren and Yasu, she's thinking about basically which one am I more dependent on right now. But the thing is that the reason that that's happening is because you're actually improving your relationship with Ren. You're getting to the point where you guys are able to be more interdependent rather than codependent or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so then you realize that you're like, oh, but without Yasu, I would really fall apart. Maybe that's not indicating to you what you think it is.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, but because she's so in her own head and everything, like she's going to be like, well, then that's what I've got to do. Because my tool right now is to use people as tools. And so this is the more dependent tool. And so they're more toolish right now. And so therefore, even though, oh man, I shouldn't use them as a tool. But you know, if
they're looking awfully good for tooling.
Yeah. It's the dude leaning out from behind the tree, you know? Yeah, right. And so it's like, no, it's stop. You're within.
You're so close.
You're so close, but you're trying to do like a logical breakdown within a system with flawed logic, and the tools are broken to figure out the assessment of the tools. You can't do
I
it.
love the franticness you have with this. It's like, Nana, we love you so much, and we're so close to seeing you make a great big breakthrough with this right now, and even with the thing of being like, I'm going to have Yasu send a message to Hachi from me about, I need you to be here at this time so you can watch me perform. And it's going to mean a lot to me. And she's there. She's fucking there. It's awesome. And they have their little moment, you know, kind of there. It's wonderful. But, okay, if you have something that's a person that's your champion out in the, you know, in the crowded, you know, area, you'll never, you know, see them or speak with them, but they'll be keeping you going. Then when you have your moments of rest and in between, who is the person that you're going to rely on there? Because in some ways, this is a very interdependent dynamic here of kind of looking at each other across the way.
Sure.
And being like, all right, thank you. I kind of needed you to be there just so that I could know that there's some hope or what have you. But when it comes to the, but who's going to keep me, you know, sane in between all that?
Right. And here's the problem with that.
It's okay to have other people help you. I think that one of the things that people equate this to is the, I'm so weak. Why are people helping me when I'm so weak? It's like, well, you realize they get something out of this too, right? They actually really like the intimacy and connection that they share with you. While they might want more, there's still the option of, well, they might just like the way things are too.
Yep.
And also, you know, all the circumstances, band and everything aside.
Right.
But Nana, you kind of like the way things are right now, but the fact that you don't like all of it, that's a good thing. That means that you can see, oh, these are the things that need to change. If they don't change, oh shit,
that'd be bad.
I'm in a bad way.
Yeah.
So the act of having a physical thing that reminds her, I need to breathe.
Yep.
But also, like, I need to do that. Like, I need to take that step.
There is
that's huge.
And that, in a way, I feel like that makes the hyperventilating such a poetic thing for her to have to deal with.
Right.
Because in that moment, she is her own worst enemy. Right? Her body is basically rebelling against itself. Yeah, it's hurting itself because it's doing this thing that is very needed, breathing, too much. right? And so these people that you have surrounded yourself with out of a dependency, because you need people, and in your specific situation, maybe you need people more than a lot of other people might, right?
Yeah.
That's totally fine. But then you do that too much to the point where it becomes a problem. Right. And then, oh, hey, even with some of those people that might have actually been able to be helpful and maybe have those conversations with you that would push back against the things that you wanted and thought and all of those things. I'm talking about Shin. You end up actually pushing them away and ostracizing them basically because they didn't say what you wanted when you wanted it, right? They offered a difference of opinion basically.
Right.
And so as a result of that, it's the, oh, you know, you get out of here. Oh, where'd you get the money for, you know, for that guitar, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so right now, I'm like, man, I wish her and Shin were closer because this kind of stuff that she's talking about, he would be a great person to talk about this with.
Actually would, yeah.
Like he would actually be goated for that. But
he's not himself going to have, you know, bountiful wisdom, but he'd be able to relate to it.
Right.
He'd be able to connect with you.
And at the very least, being from more of an outside perspective so that he's not as involved with this whole dependent situation where the people that you've surrounded yourself with, he might actually be able to give some good insight.
Right.
But, you know, well, I don't think with the way things are right now that's going to happen. No. So, yeah.
The show's so fucking good. Just having Nana go through all this while we've got all the other things going on in the episode as well. So like having Nana reach this kind of understanding here while we're developing this new character here that very clearly is self-harming, that very clearly is not viewing a lot of her life in a good way, has been dealing with a lot of stuff, is very lonely. Nobu comes along and is like, oh, I can find a place for us to connect and stuff like that, and ends up leading to some really cool conversations. But this opportunity to just kind of be open, be vulnerable. I really wish that a lot of the other characters had kind of this opportunity a little bit. I feel like we've shifted away from the story being about the characters having opportunities to be vulnerable, and now the vulnerability is more just that Nana had her entire life thrown into the public eye alongside with Ren, and everyone else is kind of starting to cloister a little bit again. So
and that's where I feel like Nobu is in that, like, you know, surprisingly, like, doing very well given all the stuff that's happened, because thinking about it from one perspective, yes, there was the whole thing that happened with Hachi, absolutely. As a result of that, though, he did kind of end up distancing himself from Nana and got some better boundaries in place there. Hachi's gone, okay, that sucks, but he was able to handle it pretty well. And now, as all of this stuff is happening that's, you know, making things difficult for Nana and by extension them, I feel like in some ways, even though he's the one that we see struggling with it, I feel like that is maybe as a result of the fact that, like, he's in that better place about it. I don't know. Because he's close to Nana, but also he doesn't have that same kind of, like, you know, the whole dynamic with Yasu and Nana, right? And yet it's not like someone like, say, Shin, where, yeah, of course Shin would, you know, feel bad for her that she's feeling bad, right? But Shin doesn't have some particularly close connection with her at this point.
No, not really. Yeah. But yeah, the jail cell kind of thing with Shin thing being actually kind of is, but they almost got discovered.
Yes, the whole lighter thing.
Lighter thing, and
her getting a message from him, like,
I just love that Takumi, like, remembers so many details and things like that. Yeah. It feels like Takumi's the kind of person that's genuinely actually extremely intelligent and has one of his markers of intelligence being that he has really good memory. So he can retain a lot of info. So for the band, he's, like, constantly meticulously, like, analyzing every detail because maybe from when his dad was an alcoholic, he would have to, like, watch the signs in people to be able to tell if there's something off.
Figure out the cues,
so that he could protect himself. And so he sees Reira with this, and he's just like, "Wait, this is the database.
Right.
This is the thing that Shin said was actually really rare. There's only a few of that were ever made. So where'd you get that? And she's like, I got it from a fan. Yeah. And he's just like, I don't care, so I'll just move on from that.
So I love that explanation, and I think that is the most realistic one. One of the things that is just in my mind that could theoretically work on top of that is that the reason he remembers it is because also that's when Nobu threw the drink in his face. And so because that was an affront to his pride, that's something that it's a splinter in his mind that lives right
you know
free
what?
in there.
These both work.
Yeah.
It just compounds on it. So that's why he
definitely remembers, because it's that whole situation. It just frustrates him, right? Especially now that
could be the memory explanation. Mine is more the, wait, that's weird. Why do you have that? You know, like, exactly.
Yeah, because that's a very unique item, and like they did see him with it. And wait, so and you don't smoke. You're a vocalist.
He might think in his head, it's like, oh, Shin's a fan. Like
sure,
that might be the biggest extension of it.
Yeah.
But she's wearing it. You know?
Also, this is actually a good point.
Yeah.
Shin was never exactly ashamed of his vocation. How many people know about that?
No, not as many people know about it. No.
Yeah.
No, not as many people know.
Because I was gonna say, I was like,
it's a band thing. That's the thing, Jake. And most of the characters in the show are in the bands. So when you think about everybody knowing it, it's the people in the
but he also
Black Stones, you know.
But he got Reira as a customer, so at the very least he was upfront with her about it.
Well,
right?
yeah, but even then it doesn't matter. They're all doing their own.
No,
things.
I'm just wondering if it was within the context of that like party that they all went to and stuff, right? With the drink throwing. Is there a possibility that Takumi also knows about that, and so that like he could
No, he would be livid. Takumi would be like, you are risking the band's entire everything on some stupid like, can you imagine Takumi? He would be furious.
Oh no, he would be absolutely furious. Yeah.
Yeah, Takumi would be unhinged if he found out, because that's the thing. Reira's their golden ticket.
Right. It's all our fortunes are tied to you continuing to do your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He would
blow
gaskets out of his asshole. Like he would be
absolutely
so upset.
Also,
man.
I'm just gonna say it. I was really hoping that the AV actress would be the ongoing neighbor character in the show, not this other girl. She's cool and everything. She's fine. But
her and Nana are gonna get it on at some
there
point.
we go.
You know,
she's gonna be like, wait, so I'm too stressed out. Okay, so, hey Ren, like.
All you had to say was, hey Ren, and I knew immediately the entire next 5 sentences you were gonna say. Oh man, that's great. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Ren, actually, I think I'd love to get some more perspective on him, because he doesn't feel like he's doing great sometimes. And then I see him playing around and having fun. So maybe it's more just that this is a subconscious, under the surface kind of thing that he can't hide when he's in his vulnerable places, like sleeping.
But he's so good with having the cool demeanor and everything.
That he's still professional. So I would love to get some more perspective on his internal state.
Yep.
But yeah, really good episode for letting the characters kind of see where they're at, but then also kind of tap into this idea of where they're willing to be vulnerable. So while everyone's holding their secrets close to their chest right now, some of them for completely different, like many different reasons,
and in some cases physically,
literally,
yeah.
I don't want, just for the sake of drama, to these secrets to just come spilling out again.
Right.
I feel like this whole bit we're in the story right now is because of that. So having this be more of a natural, slower bit of the story while we get the exciting stuff of the concert and the band.
Yep.
That sounds awesome. But we can't avoid the inevitable Trap Nest Blast showdown on Halloween.
Yeah.
So
let's do it.
Yeah, let's get into that. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.